Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Obsy. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today we are going to be talking about Zara fragrances. We all know that Zara has been coming out with like bangers back to back to back, and we really cannot keep up because like there's always a new fragrance almost every week, and it can get really overwhelming, and that's why I'm doing this video today. So this video is basically going to be showing you guys the fragrances to look out for in Zara, just in case you're overwhelmed, you don't know which fragrance to go for. This video is for you. So I'm basically trying to highlight some of the best Zara fragrances out there. For now, these are the fragrances that I really like. If you don't know what to buy, if you don't know what to get, then maybe you should check out these fragrances from Zara. And obviously we all know that they're not really expensive. Zara fragrances are quite affordable, but of recent their prices have been spiking somehow. They're adding just that extra dollar on top of it. Anyway, so if this is the kind of video that interests you, then make sure you keep on watching. So I'm just going to start from the recent releases. I used to be one person that would buy every release, like everything that Zara releases, I would be on the line for that, just because it's either I want to review it for you guys or I just want to have it in my collection. I mean, it's not pricey, right? But the way the prices are going now, I cannot be buying like 4 or 5 fragrances at once or a whole collection at once, knowing fully well that if you multiply that, that's a lot of money. I can buy a very good designer or niche fragrance with that money. But anyways, I'm going to be starting with the new releases, the ones that I think sparked my interest and I think you should check out. So the first one here is Moonlight Whispers. Now I don't remember the name of the perfumer that actually collaborated with Zara to release this one, but this is called Moonlight Whispers. This is one of the fragrances from their collection. I think the other one is called something Sunlight, if I'm not mistaken. I actually did not get to smell that one, so I don't even know how that smells, but from what I know, I don't think I would be really interested in that particular fragrance. I don't know why. I just feel like Zara fragrances are always kind of similar, except the ones that are sort of duping the designer fragrances or the niche fragrances. But this one, Moonlight Whisper, is supposed to be duping Kayali Pistachio Gelato something, one of the Kayali fragrances, the pistachio one. And this one is called Moonlight Whisper. Again, I'm mentioning it has pistachio in here, it has cardamom, and it has pink sugar. I actually couldn't smell it in store because the tester wasn't there. It's either the tester was not there or it was finished. I couldn't get to test it out in store, but I've heard a lot of good reviews about this one, and to be honest, it is a little bit sweet. It is very sweet. I think the pink sugar really adds a lot of sweetness to the pistachio. What I love about this fragrance is the dry down. Now I have not gotten my nose on the Kayali one, so I don't even know how that smells, but what I do know is that it doesn't really last long according to general consensus. But I actually really enjoy the dry down of this one. This is definitely one fragrance I'll be reaching out for a lot. It is very sweet, especially in the opening. You definitely get that sweetness. I think the notes play very well together. On first sniff, I didn't really see any difference compared to the other Zara fragrances. It's usually sweet, a little bit floral, fruity, all of that. I didn't really get the hype, but once it dried down on my skin, I got something a little bit creamy, sweet and creamy. It really smells yummy, to be honest, and I'm quite impressed. I don't know how similar this is to the Kayali one, but I'm very impressed with this one, and I think it's actually not a bad one to add to your collection. It's a very good everyday scent. It's a good workwear scent as well. I think this would actually perform way better in spring or autumn or winter, just because I feel like the sweetness would actually complement the cooler season, if that makes sense. In the hot weather, I don't want to be wearing something too sweet. If you're like me and you don't like sweet fragrances in summer, depending on what your weather is like, because over here the weather is very bipolar, so some days we have very cold, other days it's really hot. I'll definitely reach out for this one on days where it is really cold. So the next one here is the Red Zara Temptation and Tobacco. I would leave a link to my initial Zara review, I mean the chapter 1 Zara fragrances, the Red Temptation, Rose Gourmand, True Leather, all of that. I'm going to leave the link to that video in the description box. But this is Red Temptation and Tobacco. The reason why this actually sparked my interest was because it is extrait de parfum. I'm just hoping that this is supposed to be as strong as the Baccarat Rouge 540 extrait. I do not know if they smell the same way. I don't think they smell the same way. Yes, so they obviously came out with a collection of 4. I believe this is tobacco. They have the bloom one. I don't remember what the other 2 are called. Everything is actually like selling out very quickly, especially this collection is literally going like this. The general consensus is that the tobacco one is the best. Now I cannot really tell you which one is the best. I don't have all of them to compare themselves. I really like this one, you guys. I really like this one. I think this is stunning. Yes, it has that Baccarat Rouge DNA, but I think there's a twist. It's a tad bit smoky, and I'm guessing it's because of the tobacco, so it gives that extra depth to it. So if you are not able to, you know, get your hands on Baccarat Rouge and you just want something a little bit more sophisticated than the usual Red Temptation from Zara, then definitely get the tobacco one. I think the tobacco is stunning. I kind of sort of like the bloom as well, but I haven't compared both to see if there's any much difference, because the DNA of the Red Temptation is very prominent. I can even hardly tell what differences the extra notes that they're adding. I mean, I don't know what they make. Get your hands on the tobacco. Everybody loves the tobacco one. I love the tobacco one, and if you're overwhelmed and you don't even know which one to buy from the red bottle collection, then reach out for the tobacco one, because I think you can't go wrong with this one for sure. So yeah, so we also have the Nocturnal Life from Zara. Now I'm going to be pairing this one with the equivalent one from the men's section, which is Sand Desert at Sunset. So now these 2 fragrances are supposed to be dupes, or they are dupes of the Kilian's Angel Share. I'm in love with Nocturnal Light. I mean, this was the first one that I got. It doesn't even last up to 4 hours on my skin. I just get very frustrated when I wear this fragrance. If I macerate it a bit, maybe it would be more intense. So that's why I haven't really reached out for this a lot, because I've been leaving it to just, you know, intensify. But the Nocturnal Life, on the other hand, I would say it's like 85% similar to the Angel Share by Kilian. I mean, you can definitely tell that this is a little bit more lighter, but this is actually long lasting. I've had friends that bought this, that wear this, and they actually speak highly of this one. It's a compliment grabber as well. It's not exactly like the original, but the DNA is there. I like the fact that it's warm, it's cozy. You can definitely get that spicy warm. I don't know if there's any booze in here, because the Kilian Angel Share definitely has cognac in it, but I don't know, I don't get anything boozy, but I just get something a little bit warm. I think this is really lovely. So if you want that Angel Share DNA, and obviously you don't have Angel Share money, I would highly suggest that you reach out for the Nocturnal Life. On the other hand, Sand Desert at Sunset is also good, but it's just not as long lasting in my opinion. This is why I ended up getting this one, and this one is just somewhere. I'll probably use it as a room spray, or I'll just be mixing both of them together. Let's just see, you know, how they work together. They obviously will pair very well together. So this is from the men's section, but I'm really disappointed at the longevity of this one. And again, I feel like this is just too lightweight to even be called a dupe. It's not it for me, but maybe after a while after macerating it for a while, maybe it would become better. I would highly suggest Nocturnal Life, but you can also get the 2 and use both of them if you wish. So the next one I have here is called True Amore. True Amore is should I call it dupe? It's supposed to be a dupe for Delina, or Delina exclusive from Parfums de Mali, but if you put them side by side, trust me, this is like a watered down version. So obviously the DNA is there. It has that very tart, spicy smell that Delina gives. So if you want that spicy rose, I mean, in Delina there's a little bit of incense as well, so it's a little bit smoky as well, but you don't get the smokiness in this one for sure. So this is way watered down, but I love it. I would rather wear this every day. Like, this can be like my everyday fragrance as compared to Delina. Delina just feels like I should wear it on special occasions. It's not something I want to wear just anytime. You know, I feel like I would want to save that for like date night or a special event. Whereas this one, if I still want to have, you know, the same Delina DNA as my signature scent, I would definitely reach out for True Amore, and I will highly suggest that you do as well. It is so gorgeous. I mean, it is not as long lasting, but it definitely gives me at least 5 to 6 hours where I love it. I haven't really seen it in stores. Maybe I've not really checked properly, but definitely on the Zara app, so check it out. True Amore is definitely one that I would suggest. first. Still from the same collection, but not the same family. This is Velvet Shadow. So now, if you guys remember when the Barbie movie was coming out, or when it came out with the whole PR and everything, Zara also came out with the Barbie perfume. I don't know why I did not buy that perfume when I saw it. I felt like it was just a very juvenile perfume because obviously it was pink. It smells so sweet. I literally just sprayed it in store. But by the time I left the store, I kept sniffing my arms as though I sprayed something really expensive. The dry down of that Barbie fragrance had me on chokehold. And when I went back to the store, I couldn't find it anywhere. Like, it was sold out in like days. They decided to come up with a new one. I think it has the same DNA, Velvet Shadow. So obviously the Barbie one and the Velvet Shadow are duping the Love Don't Be Shy fragrance from Kilian. This was actually my favorite. That's why I got in the full bottle. I mean, I really like Love Don't Be Shy. It is literally one of my favorite fragrances. I was sort of disappointed with this one. I mean, the DNA is there, but this is so sweet. Like, this is too sweet that I really get nauseous at times when I wear this one. I got this, I believe, last year, and anytime I wear it, I feel nauseous. It is really, really sweet. So if you're a fan of sweet fragrances, it almost smells like candy, but then with the Love Don't Be Shy DNA. So if you're a fan of sweet fragrances and you don't mind, then I'll highly suggest that you go for Velvet Shadow, especially if you like the Love Don't Be Shy DNA. This just gives me sugar, not even sugar, it just gives me something extremely sweet that has no depth, has no longevity. This doesn't really last long, maybe 4 hours. I'm not even surprised. It's still an okay fragrance. I just wouldn't reach out or wear this every day. As you can see, there's a dent because I was trying to love it, but the life of me, I just couldn't. It was just too sweet, but it's still a very nice fragrance. The only thing is for people that love sweet fragrances. So if you love sweet fragrances, go for this one. I really wish that the sweetness was a little bit toned down. If they added something that would give it a little bit of woodiness or a little bit of dirtiness, I feel like this would be better. But then again, you can always use this as a layering fragrance, which is always what I do with my Zara fragrances. I always layer them with something else in my collection. Yeah, you can always use this as a layering fragrance. So we are in the next collection, the vanilla collection. So this is Starlight Vanilla. This is a dupe for the Jo Malone Mer and Tonka. This is gorgeous. If you love Jo Malone's Mer and Tonka, you definitely love this one. It is gorgeous. It is long lasting. It has a very huge sillage. It's not a bismuth scent. In fact, the whole vanilla line, the sillage is just crazy. Starlight Vanilla is definitely my favorite. I know a lot of people love the Hypnotic Vanilla. I think that's a dupe for the Hypnotic Poison from Dior. I'm not really a fan of that fragrance. I mean, it does smell amazing. It smells nice, but it's just not my cup of tea. But because this was very, very close and similar to the Mer and Tonka, which I absolutely love, I had to get that in the full bottle. So if you love Tonka bean, if you love Mer, obviously, if you love vanilla, you would definitely love this one. So check it out, sample it in stores, of course, if you can. Starlight Vanilla is definitely one that I would really recommend from this collection. So still in the vanilla collection, I got some other ones, but in the 30 ml, and you guys can see this is how much I've used, just to show you guys that I really, really, really love this fragrance. This is Supreme Vanilla. I know, again, a lot of people rave about vanilla vibrations or vibrational vanilla or whatever it's called, but Supreme Vanilla for me is stunning. Like, every time I spray this fragrance, I always sniff myself. The sillage, the scent bubble is crazy. It's so creamy. I don't know if this is the one that has the ink notes. I don't know. I believe this is the one, Supreme Vanilla. I'm not really sure, but I absolutely love this one. Vanilla Vibration is also very good, don't get me wrong, but this one just has something extra. So it's not just pure vanilla, it's a very creamy, sweet, syrupy vanilla that I cannot do without. This is literally like my body mist, so I would always spray this first before I go in with other fragrances, or I could use this to layer other fragrances. If I'm going to wear something strong, I could just top it off with the Supreme Vanilla just to give it a little bit of sweetness in there, or I just spray this on my body and then spray the stronger fragrances or perfumes on my clothes. It's a very very sexy fragrance. It's long lasting. This is one fragrance that I can say I get 8 hours wear. It is so long lasting. I'm even surprised. In fact, I really should have gotten this in a full bottle. I'm so surprised at how long lasting this fragrance is. This is one that I highly, in fact, if you don't know what else to buy from this video, Supreme Vanilla is one that you should definitely reach out for. It's so stunning, very long lasting, very versatile as well. You can wear it on its own, you can layer it with other fragrances. I really love this fragrance and you should check it out. Okay, this one I have here is from the men's section as well. I think it says the perfumer is Fabrice Pellegrin. This is called Majestic Green. This is from the men's section. I cannot lie, this sort of reminded me of the Givenchy Gentleman's Privé. I'm not saying that they smell exactly alike, don't quote me. They have something a bit similar. This is why I actually reached out for this one. So this obviously has green notes in here, so you can definitely get like a very nice green vanilla note from this one. It's very soft, a little bit Swedish, very unusual as well. And honestly, I was so surprised because I've never smelled anything like this from Zara. Like, this smells like a good designer fragrance. This is also very long lasting. This has a very nice sillage, a huge central. This one gets me a lot of compliments. I used to wear this to work a lot. This is a compliment magnet, but it has a green vanilla vibe, so you definitely get the green notes in here. It just smells very soft, if that makes sense. This is from the men's section, so you guys, if you don't like what you smell in the women's section, run to the men's section. They usually have some very nice gems in there. You'll be so surprised the perfumes that you find, even the dupes that you find. I saw one of the fragrances was duping LV Imagination. They actually have good fragrances and they're usually very long lasting. So if you don't like what you smell from the women's section, run to the men's section. So this is Majestic Green and I absolutely recommend. Okay, so this is a chapter 1 fragrance. You guys, this is my second bottle, and to be honest, at first I was a fan and then I stopped being a fan and then I'm back to being a fan. My love for Rose Gourmand has been fluctuating up and down. So this is Rose Gourmand. This is my second bottle. I love this fragrance. So if you like Gentle Fluidity Gold, if you like Roses Vanille, Arabian's Tonka, so if you love that DNA, you definitely love Rose Gourmand. So this is a very nice floral, amber floral fragrance with a little bit of vanilla as well. This is so stunning. This is very long lasting. This has a huge projection. This has a huge sillage. In fact, I feel like this is one of the best fragrances Zara has ever released in the history of Zara. When it was released in 2020, it kept on selling out. People are not going anywhere. It was COVID. Tell me why these fragrances were selling out. This was one of the best and the most viral fragrances from Zara. I believe everybody already knows the hype of Rose Gourmand. So if you have not tried it or you have been procrastinating trying it, you should check it out. It is stunning. It is affordable. It is long lasting. You can obviously wear this as your everyday scent. You can wear this to work. You can wear this for special occasions. It can also serve as a very nice date night scent as well. Okay, so the last fragrance I have here, I don't even know what collection this came out, but this is Cherry Smoothie. I'm bringing out this one because obviously they have a new bottle, so it is definitely reformulated. I think this was the old bottle. As you can see, I have left mine to macerate. I've had this for years and I've let mine to macerate. This is a very nice cherry fragrance. This is supposed to be duping the Lush Cherry from Tom Ford. So if you don't have Lush Cherry money and you're looking for a very nice juicy cherry fragrance, Cherry Smoothie is the one. I don't know if you've ever tried the cherry beer. So it smells like a very nice effervescent cherry drink. You know, something that's a little bit fresh, sparkling, but then you can still get the cherry note in there. Very long lasting fragrance. I'm telling you, this lasts long on me. It is a huge compliment getter. It has a huge sillage and central, moderate projection. In fact, almost bismuth to be honest, because you can see the way the juice is looking, but it has moderate projection to be fair. It is a stunning, gorgeous fragrance. If you want sort of like a variety, or if you want something a little bit different from what you have in your collection, especially if you have never tried a cherry fragrance before, because right now cherry is like the in thing. There's a lot of fragrances that has cherry notes in them and they're quite expensive and pricey. So check out Cherry Smoothie. I think it's a very nice dupe for Lush Cherry. It's also a very nice cherry fragrance that you can always mix with other fragrances in your collection. I think I mentioned some of my favorite fragrances from Zara, and I hope you guys love my recommendations. For me, I think that Zara, I mean, they're doing the thing. They're releasing a lot of nice fragrances, which I give them kudos for, but I think they need to pipe below a little bit, because like we are getting overwhelmed. Kind of like we all want to have the same fragrances, we want to buy every fragrance that is being released. I guess it's also a memo that we don't really need to own all of it. Just find one or two that you really like. Yeah, so that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Have you tried any of these fragrances, or is there any other fragrance from Zara that you actually love and you'd like to recommend to other people? Please leave it in the comment section. If you're new to my channel, please do not leave without hitting the subscribe button. Also follow me on Instagram. My name is Obsy_P. Thank you guys for tuning in once again, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
Hey, hey, this your beauty is something else, my girl. Something else. You bust my brain way beyond my world. This your beauty is something else, my girl. This my girl.